If you want to become a professional trader, it's crucial that you have a good process for backtesting. And in today's video, I'm going to show you my personal process for backtesting. Welcome everyone to today's video. This video is the first of a series where I will show you how I backtest by doing everything live, and I'm going to be showing you the process that I use when I'm developing a new system. And that's exactly what I've started doing. I'm started developing a system based on the RSI method, but on the lower time frames. So enjoy this video and let me know what you think in the comments below. All right, let's do some backtesting here. So what I first want to do is basically what I want to do here is just give you guys a quick, well, maybe not quick, it's going to take a while, but I want to show you the process of backtesting. Now, this is obviously a very important of any trader's career. And you know, if you've gone through the trading program or you're in the RSI trading community, you know that I talk about backtesting a lot, like for several reasons. It's good when you're developing your system. Obviously, you need to test your system. You need to know that your system is actually working, and for psychological reasons as well. I mean, you want to backtest regularly to make sure that you are, you know what you're looking for. You know what the best system look like. I mean, the best setups. You want to know what the best setups look like, and to kind of get that confidence, right? And when you're in a drawdown period, you know, it might take a step back and do some backtesting. Kind of remind yourself of, wait a minute, the system is actually working here. So when you're in a drawdown period and you might be losing confidence in the system, it might be a good idea to take a step back and just look at your system and confirm to yourself that it's actually working. So the idea that I'm doing now is, I have this 4-hour. I have my 4-hour system, the system that is based on the 4-hour and the daily, and it's very simple, right? I'm using the I have two moving averages. I have the 20 and the 50 EMA. So that you see the blue one right here is the 20, and then the gray one is the 50. And I'm actually about to release the RSI, the slingshot trading indicator, and it's the indicator I'm going to use here in the backtesting template, the backtesting session here that I'm going to show you guys. So you might get a little, get some intro in how the indicator works, but it's very simple, right? So you have the blue EMA right here is the 4-hour 20 EMA. The gray one is the 4-hour 50 EMA. Now this is all customizable in the indicator, but these are the settings that I find works best. And then you have the blue dotted one right here is the daily 20, and the gray dotted one is the daily 50. The only indicator that is not included inside the RSI slingshot indicator is the stochastics RSI. We'll talk a little bit about how that works as well. But this system for me, works really well. I love it. I really like it. But I'm always on a constant quest to develop my trading system and develop as a trader. So what I want to start testing now, and this is something I'm testing together with a member of the RSI team. Mo is in the community, so we're doing this together. We're trading the same system, and that's the thing with the RSI trading community. It's like you join that community with one goal: to learn one system, to master one system. And what we're going to be backtesting today is a version of this system, but on the lower time frames. And it's also a good idea to show you. It's a good way to show you how the RSI method system can be optimizable for many different time frames. So first, what we want to do is we obviously want to look at, we want to open the backtesting template. Now this backtesting template will be available for free for everyone who's watching this video. You check the comment. I'm going to link it in the comments to this video, and I will also link it in the description. So this is the backtesting template. So when you open up the link to the backtesting template, you'll get this, and then you have a video. I recommend you check this video to get some knowledge on how the backtesting template works. And when you know how it works, you press File, Make a Copy, and then you're going to be making a copy. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to rename this, and I'm going to say 1 hour. So we're going to do RSI method 1 hour. This is the name of the backtesting, and you see I'm going to save it in the backtesting folder. And as you can see here, I have a bunch of different folders for different types of backtesting sessions. It's very easy, very important that you organize this up in different. You do it organized, right? Because this is important. So you got to make sure you can go back and look at the results and everything. All right, so make a copy right here. So this is now the new backtesting template. Now the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to see if I can get one window of the backtesting template up on the screen here, so you can see how it actually works. Because I'm usually what I do is I have the backtesting template on my right screen and then TradingView on my middle screen here, so I don't have to switch between windows. It's just much more effective doing it that way. All right, so I managed to open up a little window here. You can see in the right bottom corner, you have the backtesting template. This is just to give you an idea of when I'm adding and what I'm adding. And whenever I want to show you anything important in the backtesting template, I'm just gonna make it bigger like this, and we can take a look at it. So let's shift it back here, add that one. All right, let's take a look at this. So what we have now is I've gone up and I've made a copy of this one. So I have this layout right here is called the 4-hour RLZ slingshot. Actually, the system is actually not called slingshot. It's the indicator that's called slingshot, but it doesn't matter. So I made a copy of this one. Let's rename this one. Actually, it's going to be 4-hour RLZ method. That's the name of the system. And then I have here a copy of that one, which is the 1 hour. So I'm going to rename this, and I'm going to rename it to 1-hour RLZ method. And I'm going to be testing this in the Forex market. Now it works well in the crypto market as well, but I'm going to be testing this new system in the Forex market, because that's where I make most of my money from the funded accounts, and that's also where I want to test to see if I can basically start making more money from the funded accounts using a system on the lower time frames, which will give me the same amount of win rate and profit, hopefully, but more trades. So in the end, more profits. And then, of course, if the win rate is slightly lower, I can adjust that with the risk per trade. Let's talk about that later. But this is the 1 hour settings. And again, I'm not going to go through the backtesting template, how to use it, because you can just go and look at the video in the backtesting template. It's also on my channel. Just check that one out, and you'll understand how the backtesting template works. So now let's look at the settings in the actual indicator. So what I have here, as you can see, when I'm trading the 4-hour system, the 4-hour RLZ method, I'm just putting this one at 51, because I basically at that point then the 50 and the you see the if I do this, you'll see that it's going to load, and instead of having 3 EMAs here, you'll just have 2. So you have the 20 and the 50. You're using the 51. We'll just basically, I'm just visually making them almost the same. But when looking at the lower time frames, especially when you're on a very low time frame like the 50-minute to 5-minute, you want to have a add that 100, or just add a third EMA if you have different EMA combinations here. But you want to make sure that you have that third EMA in. And there here you can select the high time frames. So I've selected the 4-hour 20 on the scalp on the swing trading system. I have the daily 20, but here I have the 4-hour 20. And then we're going to be using high time frame trend, which is the 4-hour signals only in above. Yes, I want to do that, and we're not going to show stop loss levels. We're not going to use that one. Stop loss level, Fibonacci placement. I'm not going to be using the Fibonacci placement. I'm going to be adding that manually. So as you can see here, when using the indicator, it will add the Fibonacci on the chart when there's a strong short. We'll actually have to have the Fibonacci level on, because otherwise it won't give us short signals. But we're not going to be using the replay function. So if you want these Fibonacci levels to be on the chart live, you'll have to use the replay function, because as you can see right here, when going back historically, you will only have the most recent Fib. That's because it's going to load, help the indicator to load faster. So you're only going to have the most recent Fib right here. And then when you use the replay function, you'll see that every time there's a new strong signal with new Fib placement, you'll see that it comes up here. And obviously it's going to be loading lower as well. So we're not going to be using the replay function. I find it easier and faster not to use the replay function. It's more accurate to use the replay function when backtesting though, but I know what I'm looking for. So I feel like at this point in my career, I don't really need to use the replay function. Even though it might be a little bit more accurate, it's going to take much longer to test everything. And then we have a new thing that I've entered into the indicator as well. That is the ADX filter for strong signals, and I've decided to put that on as well. So yeah, let's just start doing some backtesting right here. So what I do, obviously, if you watched the video on the backtesting tool, is I'm going to be going to my backtesting tool here to the left, and I will rename this one to the original, right? And then I will duplicate that one, and I will create one for the pair that we are going to test. And what pair are we going to test? We're going to go to the, let's take a look at the this list. This is the FX major. It's called the FX major plus. Basically what it is the bigger currency pairs and the crosses between them. So we're going to start with that one. So we're going to start with AUD CAD. So let's just go do this the right way. Just going to be adding AUD CAD here. I'm actually using an AI tool to edit this video, so there might be, I'm not sure about the results 100%, but if there's a lot of weird cuts here, you know, it's trying out something new here. So AUD CAD, how many trades do we want to have in the backtesting template? So first of all, let's remove all the drawings from the previous layout. Remember, we made a copy. This is AUD CAD. Now, how many trades do we want to have? Like, well, first we can ask yourself how far back do we want to go? And I would say that we want to go back 1 year. So let's just do the 4th of May. May the 4th. Oh, really? It's May the 4th. Man, I love Star Wars. Right. Okay. So we're gonna go back 1 year, which is right here. Okay, that's the start of our backtesting session on AUD CAD. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look at all these strong signals, and we're going to see if they are, if they're, you know, confluent. So let me give you kind of like a rundown of what I'm looking for here. So we obviously look for a strong signal, and this is actually a good example. So you get a strong signal here, and when you have that strong signal, you want to add fibs, right? Make sure it lines up with the fib, and if this bullish engulfing candle would close above the 50, then I would place orders on the 50% right here, and TP1 would be at the highs, stops below the reload zone or where the move happened, and that's a 1.36R trade, and that's okay, that's acceptable, because I believe that this will have above 50% win rate or around 50% win rate, which means that every winner can be above 1R as long as the losers are not bigger than 1R or smaller. Now this is not a trade because, well, actually maybe it is, because it actually bounced on the daily 20 here, but ultimately you want price to be above the 1 hour moving averages and the 4 hour moving averages as well. Actually I'm actually on the 1 hour here, so I'm actually on the wrong time frame. So let's just go back and do that again. But that's basically the whole idea with this system and what I'm going to backtest. So you can see right here, that's a strong signal. This is actually a trade, right? So it's a strong signal right here. Looks really good. I would, in this case, perhaps enter orders on, well, actually this one would have been stopped out, I believe, because I would probably have orders right here, and then stop loss around that area, and then TP here. That would not have been. Would this have been a trade? Would I have entered this one? Yeah, I would probably have entered that one, but this would have been a stop out. So we're gonna start with the next one. So let's just continue here. See if we do have anything interesting. That's not a good trade. That's not a good trade. Is this a trade? This might have been a trade. So let's add the fibs on here. Yeah, I believe that would have been a trade, but that's gonna be a loser. So what I do is I go over here and I type in -1R. Go to the next one. Is this a trade? I don't know. I don't think so. Well, maybe, you know, you have this. I do think that would probably have been a trade. And I believe that one would have been a stop out as well. So there's a -1R. And this is basically what I do. I go through all the signals here, and the idea, you know, using an indicator like this one when backtesting will make things much easier, and things are going to be much quicker to backtest because you have the signals here on the chart. So here we have something. Let's just, and you got to be honest, right? You got to be honest with yourself when you're doing this backtesting and you're not using the replay function. You really have to be honest with yourself and ask yourself, would I have taken this trade live? And you really got to be honest with yourself and really, you know, if you wouldn't have taken that trade live, don't test it. But if you see that a trade idea, you see a good trade, but you also see that it would have been a stop out, you're going to be honest with yourself and say, yeah, I would have taken this trade, but yes, it's a loser, right? So you have to be very clear about that. Otherwise, your statistics will be way off. Is this a trade? I do actually believe that this would have been a trade as well. So that's another loser. We now have 3 losers in a row. Not good, right? And then the next one, we had a fib here. And guys, if you want a more detailed overlook of the system that I'm actually testing here, you can check out the video titled something like the system that changed my life or something like that. I'm probably going to link it in the description as well. Going to give you a overlook of the system that we're trading. So you want to make sure that here's a short signal. That's a pretty decent short signal. Might have entered on the right here, put in orders here, and then stops would have been above these highs here. So TP down here, that's 1 point. Maybe because I'm working with having much tighter stop loss, I could have had the stop loss here, so that would be 1 point. And notice how I'm front the 0% fib right here, and it's I'm taking profits at this level right here where you have those candle closes. So that's 1 point. Our winner, the win rate right now is 25%. It's terrible. That's not what we want, right? And then we add. And it's a good thing as well. Now I removed these first ones, but it's a good thing to have these setups on the chart. Like keep them on the chart so you can kind of go back and look at all the trades again when you've done with the backtesting template. So that's something I recommend. Just have every drawing on the chart. So here's another setup. I think this is a pretty good one. So you have confirmation here, and I would then put orders on the 4-hour 20 EMA. Now, most of the time I want to see that rejection inside. Let's change this so the style is I don't show the stats. So most of the time you want to see that rejection inside the reload zone right here, and then like you want to enter based on the break and retest of the 50% fib or the 20 EMA, whichever comes first and is confident with any good horizontal levels. And I think this is just perfect. Now, where would I have the stop loss? Probably up here. TP1 and final TP would be at these lows right here. We have that one, and this is now a 1.7R winner. And just like that, we're in profit. So we had 3 losers in a row, and now we had 2 winners. And because of the fact that they're bigger, we are now back in profit with a win rate of 40%. Now it's only 5 trades, so I can't really, can't make a difference, and it doesn't really matter. I only have 5 trades. The idea is to have like 100 trades. You see here, short signal hits the 50. This is also a trade. Now we got to make sure that its stop loss will probably be up here, TP here. So you want to make sure that your profit target is 1R or higher. This is 1.06, and sometimes when you get the trade like 1.06, I'm just going to put in 1 because it's better. It's actually better to make sure that your losers is always going to be the same size as when you're backtesting. But some of the winners you can, when entering the data into the backtesting template, make them a little bit smaller to take into consideration the commissions and the fees and the spread. You can then also tell yourself that the results that I'm seeing in the backtesting session or the backtesting template is actually worse than what it would be in reality. So that's a 1R winner. And here we have something again. Just going to put a fib from that high down to this low. We have one short signal right here. So first we're going to look at that one. So first we're going to see if we can put a fib on here. Yeah, that would have been a trade. That would also, I mean, I got to be honest with myself. I think I would have taken that trade live, so that would have been a loser. Now let's take a look at the other fib. That's the short signal. I would probably have taken this one as well on the 4-hour 20 EMA. Stops here. TP down here. That's actually a 2R. Very good trade. Very good trade. It's a 2R winner. So go on to the next one. It's very interesting. I'm really liking the results so far. And if this works, I'm going to be testing all of these pairs. I'm hoping that I can get above more than 100 trades in. I'm already almost at 10 trades in 20 minutes. After 200 minutes, I will have 100 trades, and that's the goal. So another one we try, and I like recording these videos for you guys, because basically what I'm doing, I'm basically confirming the win rate of confirming the profitability of the system is live here for you guys. And this is a bit complicated, this one, but I would just take profit right here, and now you see this trade just runs straight down. This is beautiful. I wish I would have just kept it open, but you gotta stick to the idea, and the idea is just to exit at the first trouble area. So 1.19. Let's just do 1. I'm liking this. Very, very good. Here's another one. I'm just going to write to Mo that I've started backtesting to make sure that he's not backtesting the same pair. So this would have actually been a trade right here. And even if there's like, I do see a reason for this not being a trade. You have that support level right here, and you see that, you know, you're coming down into that. So when I'm trading this live, you know, honestly, I would probably not have taken this trade, but there's a small chance that I would have ignored this level and I would have taken the trade anyway. And this is actually a good example of why the backtesting results are most likely always going to be much better than the live trading results, because I don't know, like, I'm not sure if I would have taken this trade. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say that, yeah, I would have taken this trade, so that the statistics in the backtesting session will be closer to the live data. So this is a -1R trade right here. All right, let's continue here, see what we have. Just gonna raise my desk a little bit. Would this be a trade? Let's see. Nope, no trade here, and not a trade there either. So let's see if we can find something interesting here. Would that been a trade? With that wick, I'm not sure. No, that would not have been a trade. This looks like a beautiful trade right here. Yeah, I would definitely have entered this one. But see if this would have been a trade. You know what? No, that would not have been a trade. It's just the candle closes way too high above the 50. Let's see. See if this would have been a trade. Yeah, I think let's see. What would the Let's see if we could have entered on the 50 here. What would happen if we had stops here and TP here? Yeah, you know what? That would actually have been an interesting trade, because it's 1.55. So let's just do 1.5 on that one. Probably have taken that trade live. And what I like about these backtesting templates is, like, if you see something that's interesting, you know that you have something to work on, right? So if the results on this backtesting template is interesting, if I'm getting a win rate, and that my goal here is to get a win rate above 50 and be profitable. And when I have that, I know I can continue working on optimizing this. And when I'm done with testing the 1 hour entry system, I'm going to go into the 15 minute, and I'm going to start testing the system on the, what's wrong with my hair? I better keep this on. That's better. So when I'm done with the 1 hour system, I'm just going to go down into time frames, look at the 15 minute. And my goal is, I mean, it's taken me many years to finalize the system in the 4 hour. But now that I believe that I finally have finalized the system, the swing trading system, I'm just going to take the same bits and pieces of that swing trading system and just apply it to the lower time frames. I think that is, that's what I want to do here. Like, that's my dream, to be able to, like, just pick a system, like, it's the same system, it's just different time frames. Just pick a time frame that you think you are able to trade that day. So if you have, for example, if you have a day where you're like, yeah, I know that I'm able to be at my desk like 8 hours straight today, and so I'm just gonna pick a scalping system. And then if you know, like, I'm gonna be a little bit in the morning, and then I'm gonna be out all day, and have some hours in the evening, well, I'm gonna be looking at the swing trading system. I know that every 4 hour I can get a setup instead of every 1 hour. So that's my goal here. So let's add a level here. Would this been a trade? Yeah, I think I would have taken the trade on this one. So let's say -1R as well. And what I really like about this new approach, and what I mean with new approach is the idea of taking full profit at TP1, is that would this have been a trade long here? Probably not. I don't know, like, probably not. Maybe here though. So we got that one. How would that have looked? Stops below here. Would the spread have taken me out here? Maybe 0.4. I don't. Well, maybe not. So let's do 1.4. Then we have another one here. Long signal here. That would have been a loose. Let's see if this would have been a trade. Would this have been a trade? No, I wanted to go lower when it retraces. So now we have a pretty big time period or long time period where there haven't been a lot of trades. And that's okay, you know, because I'm going to be testing, I think it's like 16 pairs, like 20 pairs. So that's okay, you know, if you don't have to get trades all the time. You only have to get you actually only have to get like, some pairs will give you maybe 10 trades in a whole year, and that's okay, because if it's like 1 trade a month, it's still 1 extra trade a month, and then you have 20 pairs and it's going to be like 20 trades a month. So that's obviously okay. Now let's see, would this have been a trade with above 1R? Yeah, that would be a 1.65. So let's do 1.6. Let's look at this one. Nah, not a trade. I'm not sure about this one, if this would have been a trade actually, but probably. So that would be a stop out. So -1R. Long period without any signals right here, which is weird, but it happens from time to time. Yeah, that would definitely been a trade. Enter the 50. Stop loss probably around that area. 1.2. Let's do 1.20. So I now have 18 trades. I might be able to do just 6 months depending on how many trades I'm going to get on AD-CAD. So when continuing, I might just be able to do 6 months instead of a full year. But I don't know. I think it's best to have more data, the better. So I'm probably going to stick with 1 year. Would this have been a trade? I think this would have been a trade, yeah, and that would have stopped me out most likely. And this is also a good example of like this trade would probably have been lower than 1R looser, because I would probably have exited this one before stop loss getting hit. But I'm gonna be adding this as a 1R looser to the backtesting template. All right, and here's actually the last one, the last signal. So we're done with AD-CAD. Would this have been a trade? No. Would this have been a trade? Maybe, but the fib is a bit off here. Should have been here. Yeah, I think that would have been a trade. That's a -1R. Now I'm done with AD-CAD. So I don't want to make this video way too long, but I'm going to be making more videos like this one and kind of updating you guys on the process of backtesting, so you can see how I'm backtesting live and what the results of this 1 hour approach actually is, and you can just copy this, and if it's profitable you can copy it and have a profitable system. So now let's take a look at the actual results here. Go to the backtesting template and see what we have. So this is the final results. We've tested AD-CAD over a 1 year period, and we have 20 trades. That's good. 20 trades is a good number. Win rate is 45%, which is lower than what I wanted. So that's not really the best results. And then cumulative R is only 2, which is very bad. Like we don't want to make 2% profit, or like we don't want to make 2R profit in 1 whole year. That's very bad. But remember, we have a lot of more trades to backtest, so it might show that AD-CAD will be the least good performing pair. So we might test AD-JPY and see that it has, you know, the same amount of trades, maybe 60% win rate and, you know, 10R or something like that. And if it continues like that, then we're going to look at the average. We're going to take the results from all of this testing through all the pairs, and we're going to put it in one list, and we're going to be testing everything to see what works. All right, guys. Hope you like this video, and I will have more videos like this one breaking down the whole process of backtesting.